Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we are going to see an important perspective of cloud native solution, which is the elements of it. So here in these slides, we are going to see each element of the cloud native solution in which it will add some value towards understanding what actually is a cloud native solution and why we actually going on a training about it. The cloud native solution, on a general, is designed to leverage the capabilities and advantage of a cloud computing platform. It is characterized by its ability to scale dynamically, be available, and promote effective resource utilization. The main characteristics or main advantage of using the first one is all about microservice architecture. Cloud native solution often adapts to a microservice architecture, breaking down application into smaller, loosely coupled services. Each service has a specific function and communicates with the other services via APIs. The next one we are going to talk about containers. Containers typically managed by orchestration tools like Kubernetes. They are functionalities which is building blocks of cloud native solution. Containers or containerized solution is a package of application that is their dependencies into consistent environment, making them portable across different cloud platforms. In terms of distributed and statelessness, we are going to talk about is how a cloud native application which are designed to distribute itself and become stateless. They can scale horizontally by adding more instances and handling failure gracefully. So this is a very important feature for any cloud native application. State is often managed externally, example in a database or object storage. The next one, or the very important element, is DevOps and automation. Automation is key to cloud native solution. Infrastructure as code, or also called as IAC, continuous integration and continuous deployment, called CI/CD, and automated testing and development pipelines are used to streamline development and operations. This is going to highly help you in building your application, having a sustainable method of deploying your application, not just once, but then in an automated process, as many as you want. The next one we are going to talk about is scalability and elasticity. Cloud native solutions can scale both vertically, adding more resources to a single instance, and also horizontally adding more instances of servers. That's basically is your scalability. In terms of elasticity, it allows them to handle variety of workloads efficiently. That is what I'm talking about in terms of elasticity. The next one I'm going to talk about is resilience and high availability. Now, it is highly important that you should have a resilience feature and making sure your cloud native solution is highly available. So that's one of the important elements of cloud native solution. Cloud native applications are built with resilience in mind. They handle failures, recover quickly, and ensure a high availability is always 100%, or at least 99.99% of the times. This often involves features like load balancing, auto scaling, and failover mechanisms. In terms of service discovery and load balancing, to support dynamic environment, a cloud native solution often uses service discovery mechanism to locate and connect to services. Load balancing ensures that even distribution of traffic across instances or multiple instances. The next one I'm going to talk about is monitoring and observability. So cloud native application generates extensive logs and metrics. Monitoring and observing, there are multiple tools for you to collect those logs, analyze those logs, and visualize the data which is part of the logs. Now, this data is going to give you an insight into an application performance and troubleshooting issues. The next important factor is going to be security. Security is paramount concern. Cloud native solution implements a security which is like the security best practices. This includes identity and access management, encryption, and regularly doing a security audit. Security is treated as a code, SecOps, SecDevOps, or DevOps or DevSecOps. So likewise, you have a separate section for DevOps just for the security. The next item I'm going to talk about is API first design. So API, as you know, application programming interface, plays a very critical and a central role for your cloud native solution. Having this application, as I told you earlier, decoupled or loosely coupled, right? So an API is going to be an integral part of your application, which integrates your application seamlessly. It has to do that for a better performance of your application. An API first design approach ensures that the services are designed with a clear interfaces. The next one is all about the continuous improvements. Cloud native solution embrace on culture of continuous improvement. Feedback loops are established and changes are made with a version control to enhance the performance, reliability, and functionality. In terms of the next point, which is resource efficiency, cloud native solution aims to make efficient use of cloud resources, scaling down when the demand is low and optimizing resources allocation to minimize cost. The next point we are going to talk about immutable infrastructure. Rather than making changes to run instances, cloud native solution often creates new instances with updating configuration, which is immutable infrastructure, to reduce the configuration drift and ensures consistency. The next item I'm going to talk about is cloud service and managed services. Cloud native solution leverages managed cloud service for various purposes, such as database storage, serverless computing, to offload operating overheads. The next last point we are going to discuss is open standards and interoperability. Open standards and interoperability are encouraged to avoid vendors lock-in and enable portability across different cloud providers. So this is very important because you may need to change a cloud vendor or cloud provider as often as you want. So, but to do that, you have to have the open standards, which is followed by most of the cloud computing partners. All right, so we are in the final slide for this video. We are going to talk about the summary. So in summary or in conclusion, a cloud native solution embraces modern software development and development practices to harness the power of cloud computing platform. It characterized by flexibility, scalability, reliance, and automation, enabling organization to develop application faster and more effective while maximizing the benefit of the cloud and minimizing the cost which they spend on the data center. Now, if you remember, they are here in the cloud native solution because of saving, looking at the big savings towards having their own data centers. Now, we need to ensure that we have the similar kind of high availability, fault tolerant, scalable infrastructure, just like how they have it in the in their own data centers and then provide the same services to them in the cloud native applications as well. Thanks again for watching this video. Your review matters. Whatever you leave as a review will be considered, and it will be looked upon myself, and I'll make sure that I action those things. You can always reach out to me if you have any concerns or any kind of issues with my audio, or any kind of issues where you need me to add a new video on a specific topics. Everything can be done in due time, but you gotta give me some time until I get some free time. I can get those things or videos added. Reach out to me on the message section. Reach out to me in terms of comments. Reach out to me in terms of reviews. I will be able to do the maximum for you in terms of making you comfortable with all my trainings. Thanks again for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.